volunteer pursuit. So
Okay.
we spend a lot of money to teach other people cave, cliff, and hangle technical rope rescue. So, like ropes and pulley systems and how to get people out of cracks and crevices that are deep under the ground. And like,
Isn't that wild?
our team was on standby to go to Thailand a couple years ago. Thank goodness we did not get called. But
Oh yes. Oh
My
my God,
cousin's
the whole
husband
world.
does rescue work up in South Dakota next to Mount Rushmore.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He's a
So
caster.
that's close to
Cave of the Winds and Jewel.
Yeah, Cave of the Winds.
Yeah,
and Jewel.
he does.
Yep.
Wow.
He's a rescue worker up there, so he's always been called up to duty.
Yeah.
So
And where
I
are
know
you
that
off
work.
to?
It's hard.
And where are you off to?
So we bought a sailboat, and I'm a contract nurse is my employment. So I've been working hard the past year and a half, as you can imagine, and penny pinching, and we are now about to sail away. So
Fabulous.
What's the first
oh
stop?
my God.
probably Jacksonville, just for
Like in the Caribbean.
good stuff.
We'll hit the Bahamas first.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Nice.
open now so that we can get through.
I've been in Nassau. It is completely shut down right now. Just to let you know, I was there a couple months ago, and there's not much
We're
there
gonna
right now.
Yeah,
Like a lot of
yeah.
stuff done.
It's still fairly. You can get there by boat. You have to provide a COVID test, and you have to do one when you get on site. But
you don't have to do an inner island anymore.
Yeah.
But much like the spaceships, our vessel has a water maker, and now we have solar panels that just got installed recently. So
wow.
we're pretty self-sufficient.
So that's
I
nice.
need a fishing pole, but
yeah,
Do you have a picture
There's
of your
already-
phone of your
there's-
ship?
There's just one that goes
You
right
have
down
to
the
show
road.
it
You're
to
good
me.
to go.
we do.
What's her name?
you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Fun Between the Sheets Sailing.
What? My kind of sailors.
What's her name? What's the best
Fun
name?
Between the Sheets.
Literally? Hey, right up your alley.
I love that you coined that name. That's fantastic.
Are you on Instagram?
We are. We're on Instagram and Facebook. We have a yellow bimini, which is very unique. Not many people have yellow.
Huh.
Let's see. Where's a picture of our boat? I have lots of people. It's hard to take a picture of your own ship while you're on it.
Right?
Yeah, we have not invested in a lot of camera gear yet, so having a drone fly over us is.
That's her a year ago, right after we purchased her on the dock.
Oh my God!
In
What
Fort
a
Lauderdale.
beautiful
Is
ship.
that you?
Oh, guys, it's stunning.
Yes,
the sail
it
is really high.
You just gotta follow her.
Is that commensurate to the length of the boat?
Yeah,
that
she's
works?
got a 63-foot air draft,
Oh my goodness.
which is above the water, and then a 4-foot 10-inch below the waterline draft.
Okay.
But she's 42 feet long. She's a Catalina Mark I.
Where did you two meet?
Underground.
Oh, you did. You said that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I met her when she was a very young college student, and she went dating, and I was on
Started with
the.
a boy I dated in college.
But it took a little while before our social lives synced up before we could.
Okay.
So I knew her for about 10 years before
So
we
patience.
got
Wow.
together.
Patience
Yeah.
wins out.
And we've been married now for what, like a year or what?
13 and a half.
Seems like just yesterday. though.
That was sweet though. They usually say the way around. You get married and like that all.
Oh, he's the one who knows exactly.
Good for you.
He's the one who knows exactly. We're always on an adventure.
What?
How
I
long
can
have we been married?
tell. I think
But
it's great.
culinary adventures are some of my favorite.
25
So-
years,
She, as a travel nurse this year, we were
7
just
months
talking about
and
this
1 day.
The other day when she went to New York City
Yes.
was
One day.
very
Yeah, one day.
surreal to be in downtown New York and nobody out.
Right.
She was like
Empty
the only
streets.
person in Penn Station.
So
And
it started because we went to see Dune. You were talking about movies. It's the first time we've been in a theater in,
Yeah.
gosh,
Yes.
forever.
And the movie theater had like 2 concession stands, but one of them was unmanned and completely empty. And it really felt like you were walking into one of those horror flicks that like
Yeah.
you broke into the theater.
Apocalyptic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apocalyptic. It was very much that way.
Yeah.
I was
Just
like, am I in
because-
the right place?
Yeah,
You're like, am I in the right place?
nobody in
Yeah.
there, you know?
Look out for like
like swoops and zombies.
Yes. You expect a tiger or something to run through the screen at any time.
Yeah.
We did that.
Wow.
They re-aired Voyage Home recently,
Huh.
and we took the boys to see it in the theater because they'd never seen it in the theater
Which
before.
theater did you see it in?
AMC Regency. I mean, yeah.
I was at, I went to saw Voyage Home at Tinseltown.
And it was so funny because when we reserved our seats ahead of time, literally there was
Yeah.
no one else reserved in there. And 2 other people finally did show up while we were there, but literally we had the whole theater pretty much to ourselves. There was like crickets out of the concession
Yeah,
stand.
it feels more like
It-
a private screen.
And,
Yeah, it was really.
and they really had a nice documentary prior to
Oh yeah, that was really
showing
cool.
the movie, talking about how pretty much Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, and Voyage Home was supposed to be like a 3-movie
Yes.
conglomeration
Yeah.
arc.
Yeah.
And that in the Voyage Home, Savvik was supposed to be pregnant
Yes.
with
Yes.
Spock's child.
Yep. The lines were in the script,
Mm-hmm.
and then they decided not to shoot it. Yeah.
So when I saw it, I was like, oh wow,
That would've
so
been
that
cool.
means Robin and Leonard kind of...
It did. It felt like that would be a distinct possibility, and that they were actually sort of courting the story in that direction. But then you know.
I want to know what kind of finger move falls with that.
What's that?
What kind of finger
kinda-
move falls with
It
that?
kind of like Q, you know how they went...
Not quite sure, but
Nice.
yeah. You know, you have to sort of embrace and accept early on in Hollywood that you know those who have the creative license take it where they take it, and it goes where it goes. And I was just grateful when I came into the franchise that my good fortune at the moment wasn't as a result of someone else's misfortune. You know, I knew at least just by my own distant observations that Kirstie Alley, she was in, I think, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. She was playing Maggie at the Mark Taper Forum. Any actress would give her left boob to play that part, and well, it's the bigger breast. Just saying. But anyway, you know, so she was having a career making moment playing that role, and I think she had just done a pilot, some sort of a pilot that never went. It was pre-Cheers time frame. But my point is, you know, she made other decisions and went in a direction I think that made me happy, and as a result, I, you know, moved into position to have that opportunity. So, yeah, it was nice. But that's showbiz, and then they think, you know, they tell you they're grooming you for more involvement, and then suddenly, you know, you're dumped on Vulcan with Jane Wyatt. Bye. Bye. Come back. Bye. Anyway, so. That's just the nature of the biz, isn't it? In life, in general, right? Lefts, rights, curves, and it's how you cope with the stuff that didn't quite go the way you wanted. You know, if you can handle that with grace, you're in good shape. So, you know, I've always been pretty accepting of that sort of thing. You know, even death. You know, I have to admit, I get a little impatient with people who, you know, lose a parent in their late 80s. And they're grieving, and I'm like, oh my God, your parent lived a good long life. I mean, what did you expect? They were going to walk the earth forever just for you? I mean, I lost my dad at 54. I've already outlived him 11 years, and so I have sometimes a hard time, you know, being sympathetic about stuff like that. It's like, move along, embrace life, help somebody out. You know, what was Eli?
Yes.
I'm going to put you on the spot, baby.
Oh, jeez.
Last night, come on. My minister friend. No, I was just making the point. I'm all over the place here, but I'm making the point that I have sometimes I have a hard time sympathizing with people who, for instance, lose a parent who had a good long life and they died at 88, and now, you know, a year later they're still boo-hooing. And what did you? I say, move on, help people, do something with your life instead of. And what did you say to me last night? We should always this is a high bar, folks.
Of the energy that you expend in your daily life and work, does it heal the sick? Does it feed the hungry? Does it clothe and shelter the poor? does it love and comfort the marginalized. Nobody is expected to adhere to each one of those things 100% of the time, but the closer we can get, the better the world will be.
That's your computer.
That's
right
your
there.
computer, isn't it?
Pardon?
Your computer with the Episcopal shield on it out there?
Yes.
I recognize, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a high bar, but we all gotta try a little harder not to be so self-involved and help the next guy, or your neighbor, or your family member, whatever.
Love you,
Thanks for
dear
that, baby.
Absolutely.
I love you too. Anyway, so anything else, guys? I mean, I'm not going anywhere, but we can now kind of shift.
Yeah.
I got to piddle, but I'll be at my table. I'll be at my table, and you can come chat with me some more. You don't have to buy anything, but if you want to, I think the pictures.
And there'll be pictures here.
There you go. Those are 30,
pictures
and then
here.
the ones at my table are 20, and I'm happy to sign whatever you've got.
And then we've got shirts and coffee cups and masks and all manner of other things.